We're still in the early days of Lent, and in this episode, I want to lift something up that's connected to the season in an educational way, but that's also kind of fun. Stay tuned. Hello, friends. Pastor Tim Westermeyer here, Senior Pastor of St. Philip the Deacon in the western suburbs of Minneapolis. Good to be with you as always. The last episode that we did came the day before the start of Lent in 2022, the day before Ash Wednesday. Today's episode comes the day after something associated with Lent began yesterday. So that would have been on Thursday, March 3rd, was the start of what I believe is the 12th annual Lent Madness. This is something I talked about last year. It was actually the first year I had learned about it. This is a contest, I guess, among a number of saints that is done by an organization called Forward Movement, which is a discipleship ministry that is connected to the Episcopal Church. Recently, by the way, we had the presiding bishop of the Episcopal Church here at St. Philip. Well, actually, it was online, but it was part of the Faith and Life lecture series. Bishop Michael Curry will link to his talk. Anyway, since last year, I've gotten to know the Reverend Scott Gunn, who's one of the two sort of curators or leaders of Lent Madness. And I have to say, it is a brilliant and educational and fun way to walk through the season of Lent. And so every day, you can go to lentmadness.org to learn more and to sign up for the daily emails. Every day, if you sign up for those, you will get an email that has two different saints described and talked about, which is, again, it gives you something to learn about, and then you get to vote on which of those two saints are going to move on. This is obviously modeled after the March Madness brackets, and so today, the second day, we're still in the round of 32, and the two saints today are Olaf versus Qatari, and Olaf actually has some personal connection to me. I didn't know him personally. He lived a long time ago, but I am a graduate of one of the Lutheran churches, good old liberal arts colleges, St. Olaf, which takes its name from Olaf, and he is going up against Qatari Tekakwitha, who is the first Native American saint recognized by the Roman Catholic Church. And again, if you go to the website or if you sign up, you can get those bios and you can choose which one you want to move on to the round of 16, which will begin on March 24th. I'll lift up just a few other, what I'm holding in my hand, by the way, I don't know if this is still available or not. This is actually a printout of all of the saints who are in Lent Madness 2022. And by the way, they are all leading up to trying to win the Golden Halo, which will be presented on Spy Wednesday, April 13th. So that's the Wednesday right before Maundy, Thursday. So a few others that I thought I would lift up in this year's lineup of saints who are competing for the Golden Halo are Thomas Aquinas. And I have to say, as I reviewed all of the different saints who are competing this year, my heart kind of goes to Thomas. I've talked about him many times in this series on this podcast, and I do think he's a particularly effective communicator of the faith. If you were a betting person, I'm not sure I'd put my money on him, but I'd love to see him win. Emma of Hawaii is someone I am not familiar with, but she is obviously someone who comes from Hawaii and represents the spirit of aloha. And so if you sign up, and you can learn more about her. Interestingly, Gabriel the Archangel is among the saints who are going for the Golden Halo. I'm going to have to reach out to Scott about this. I didn't know that angels were allowed to participate, but evidently this year they are. Aloysius Gonzaga is one of them, and here we have an interesting intersection between Lent Madness and March Madness. I think I've mentioned this before. My oldest son actually graduated from Gonzaga University in 2020, and I think they are, again, among the favored teams to win March Madness, but boy, they have continued to not be able to win the final game despite getting to it a couple of times. So who knows, maybe this year Gonzaga, the Saint, will win Lent Madness, even if Gonzaga, the university, can't make it happen in March Madness. We'll see. I mentioned Olaf already, and also I mentioned Qatari. The other one I'll lift up is Teresa of Avila, a very famous Catholic saint who is one of only 4 women among the 36 individuals who are considered doctors of the church. So again, today, mostly I just want to lift up this really kind of fun, but at the same time very educational way of learning something about our faith, learning important people who have been part of the faith, and enjoying the journey, if you want to call it that, of Lent. So again, check out lentmadness.org. To everyone who's involved in making it happen, thank you for giving us such an incredible gift. And go Thomas and go Gonzaga. As always, thanks for being with me. Be well, stay in touch, and God bless.